Hi Miss Christine, I hope you're doing well. It's Angelo, and this was the video I said I was gonna make. Now, I know I'm sending it at midnight, and that's because I wanted to do some research first, dive deeper into your business, into your website to get to know you better. And I also live in the Philippines, so we have different time zones. And so you might also hear some chickens now and again, and I hope you excuse that. Anyway, here's your website, and I know I mentioned a few problems with it, and so I wanted to dive deeper into it. Now, looking at your website here, the good news is there is a lot of potential. I mean, you already have a lot of good content, and your website has been operating for 2 years now, I believe, which makes it easier to rank on Google. So Google really loves to see all that. And you've done a great job with the sections. It establishes a lot of trust with the users. Like for this testimonials section, for example. Just having this can boost your conversions, can boost it by 2 times. And also you show that you're a real person with the pictures that you've displayed here. And so with a few modifications, I think we could help you realize the potential that your website has. Now, I've went over and made a document for the website analysis for your website. And so typically there are 3 key factors to your website's success. First is your traffic, which is your Google ranking ability, and it's affected by your content and website layout, and also some technical work. The second key factor is trust. Now, you want to make sure that your visitors trust you and that your website evokes that trust. So you can do this by having a good brand, showing your personality, showing the owner, which is you, having a review section, and you could also show off some accreditations, licenses and certifications. And we also want to show your past work / gallery if you have one. Now, the third factor to success is first the ease of contact. Basically how easy they can call you, they can email you if you have a contact form, how fast they can go through that contact form and send it over, and your load speed, which is how fast your website performs. So if your load speed is slow, a lot of people these days get bored easily, and so they just go back to searching for another site. And your mobile optimization. Now, the majority of your visitors are gonna be from users who are looking at your website through their phone, and that's primarily how people search for med spa websites. And usually our standard for mobile optimization is your visitors should be able to book an appointment even if they're stopped at a traffic stoplight. And so what this means is whenever they're driving, if they're driving stopped at a stoplight, or if they're walking, they should be able to easily book an appointment to your med spa. Alright, now going back to your website, let's talk about the traffic first. Now, a lot of people, when they go to a website, they expect to see a lot of information in the first section. Now, 60% of your visitors will only actually look through this first section, and so 60% of them won't scroll down. And so we want to convey as much information as we can in this first section. Now, the first sort of problem I see is that you haven't displayed where you are based here in the first section. I can't find any indication that you are based in Midtown New York, and so a simple fix for that is just putting your location here in the first sort of header. Now, an example of this is maybe putting become the best version of you with our med spa in New York or something like that, or maybe the #1 med spa in New York. And so that helps establish that you are in New York and that your visitors will already be able to know where you are based. And I see that you've put the testimonial section right after, and this could be very good because users will already be able to see that you've ranked 5 stars on Google and you have 62 reviews. But then again, 60% of your visitors aren't going to scroll down, and so they might not see it. An easy fix for this is just putting a badge maybe and 5 stars where you also say that you have 62 Google reviews or something like that. Just a quick indication that you have some reviews and that you are trustworthy. And so let's talk about the accreditations or badges. I haven't really been able to found any. And so if you do have accreditations/licenses that you want to show off, we could dedicate a section for it just to show it off and show that you are the best at what you do. And so yeah. So another thing that I found with your website is that there aren't really any contact forms that are available. I haven't been able to find any. Now, what we usually do is we put a contact form in the first section so that users will be able to see it. They know what to do. They'll be able to easily fill it out on their phones, even if they're walking, even if they're stopped at a stoplight. And so we just put a simple form here, and it could lead to a lot of conversions right from the bat. And so another thing is the call to action button, or these types of button, the things that lead the user to an action or something like that. Now, what you've done here is really great. You've immediately added a call to action button in the first section, which 60% of users don't scroll past. You already know this. And so this helps them immediately go to your website and immediately take an action, which is to book an appointment. Now, scrolling down, I see that there aren't any additional call to action buttons. And so let's say I'm scrolling down and okay, about us, I'm reading through it. Okay, I'm sold. I want to take the action. I want to book an appointment. Now I'd have to scroll up again, and so this just creates another layer of friction that could be, turning away your visitors and keeping them from becoming paying clients. And so what we do is we make the navigation bar follow the top of the screen, so it's always visible. And what we do is we add a action button on the navigation bar so that they always see the navigation bar, they always see the button, they can always take it, and it's very easy and frictionless. Okay, so let's go over to your content and layout. Now, again, you have some great content and it has a lot of good potential. These types of text is what Google really looks for when they're ranking websites, and so good job on that. Now, usually today's visitors, they're gonna be, we are in an era of TikTok and Instagram, and so your visitors are gonna be easily bored, and so they might not be used to reading giant walls of text like these. And so we don't have to change anything about this text content except restructure it. And what I mean by that is we can maybe add bullet points or maybe split it up into multiple sentences just so that it's easier to read and make sure that your users are actually reading what you write. Another thing about your website content and layout is, like I mentioned with the trust, is a past work / gallery section. I don't see you have included this in any sections. Now I do see that you've included it in the Instagram page and that you do have a gallery. And so what I was thinking is we could maybe make a dedicated section for all your past work and a gallery maybe. And so what we could do is put like this testimonial section, for example. We can maybe put images of your past work into cards like these. And so I think that would help establish a lot more trust, because they know that you can get the job done and that you've done the job for others. Now let's talk about your brand and your personality. Looking through your website, I see that it's a very unique design. It has unique design elements and it shows off your personality. I think we could keep a lot of these and improve upon it. Now let's talk about your page load speeds. I have a tool here made by Google that can easily tell you about the load speeds of your website. Now let's wait for it to generate. I can cut this out. Now your performance report has been generated, and we can see that your performance is 89, and so the industry standard is 90 to 100. And with the way we build websites, we hand code them, so it's very easy for us to make a very high performance website which easily reaches into the 90 to 100 score. Now I've listed out all these problems, and you're probably asking me, like, what does this guy know? And you're probably wondering if I have any work to show off, and yes, I do. This is a mock-up for a website in Chicago, for a med spa in Chicago, and so we made this site just as something to show off. And here's another one for a med spa in Austin, Texas. It's also a mock-up website, and so it's only a portfolio piece and doesn't reflect their actual website. And so if you like what you see here, these are only mock-up sites. Just imagine what we could do if we made a real site. So yeah. And so all of these problems I have listed, I can list them out in an email for you. And if you're interested in fixing these problems and realizing the potential that your website could bring you, I have a team of developers and designers that could build a new website for you. And so again, we're not going to sell you anything, just wanted to help you out, and so it's free of charge. And just let me know if you're interested. So if you're not interested, no pressure. You could instead send this video to a developer or a designer, and I'm sure they would know what to do. And so I hope this has helped. If you are interested with our services, again, we could build you a new site. Just let me know in the email. I believe you are available after lunch where you are, because that's when you usually message me. And so just let me know if we can hop on a quick call, just to ask you questions about your business, about your website, and what we could do for you. It's going to be really quick, just 15 minutes on a Zoom call, on a phone call, whatever. It's up to you. Anyway, that's it. I hope to see you soon. Miss Christine, and I hope you have a nice day.